Przed Państwem Ekspres Losy. Ekspres o tym tempie. Ekspresowo uśmiecha się los. O, jak pięknie lecą worki z kasą, kiedy czermany w oko wpadają. A tobie co przyniesie los? Grajcie i wygrywajcie w punktach Lotto. Ekspres Losy. Co za sztosy.
Hello everyone and welcome to the final and most important day of the 2026 470 Junior World Championship. Today we're going to crown our this year's Junior World Champions in the Olympic class 470. Currently the sailors are out on the water. We're waiting for the breeze to fill in from the east, so let's hope that there's going to be some great racing. And back to the studio.
Hello and welcome in today's and this year's broadcast from 470 Junior World Championships here during LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Days. My name is Piotr Kula and together with me in studio Maja Autenrieth. Maja is Olympic windsurfer, windfoiler. How should we now these days talk about it? Maja, you're flying, you're windsurfing, sailing. Tell us a little bit about it.
First of all, hello everyone, and we actually do sailing. So we are sailors, we fly, and we are windsurfers as well. But we come from different background than other Olympic classes. Like you guys, you come from fin sailing. Today we are with 470 double-handed. So sailing is a wide variety of a range of sports.
Safe to say that we need to be somewhat multi-potentialites or versatile. But before we talk about this, how important is the weather for not only sailing but also the wind foiling and our today's competitors?
Well, every sailor starts the day checking the forecast or talking to the meteorologist. So it's super important for the preparation. It's nice to know what's going to happen. It's nice to get prepared, your boat mentally prepare for what's going to be on the water. And
what's going to be today?
And what's going to be today? It's we have a very sunny day. It's super warm. We are expecting 8 to 13 knots from the east. As far as we can see, the boats are already out and they are preparing for racing, and we are happy to see what's going to happen.
Most definitely. Sometimes even before getting out of bed, I would check the weather forecast, also to know whether the sailing schedule will go as planned. So let's look at the schedule of today's races. We have, most importantly, medal races of 470 Junior World Championships here in Gdynia. And if you look at the screen now, you're going to see some mysterious term of Delta flag. Delta flag is information from sailors that they are allowed to leave the harbor and go out sailing. And depending on regatta, this is something around 1 hour till the race. And Delta flag has been already displayed and our sailors are on the water because in few minutes already the races should start. So how about we would watch a little bit of about 470 class delivered by sailors who actually sail the boat.
Welcome to the 470. The 470 is an Olympic dinghy and it's mixed crew. So you have to have a female and a male on board, which makes it all equal, which is really exciting. It doesn't matter who is steering the boat and who is crewing the boat. It can be either one.
Course of a championship like this, we'll do 10 races. Goal is to score as best as you can. First place gets 1 point, second place gets 2 points, and so on. So over the course of those 10 races, the boat with the lowest points, the top 10 boats, go into the final series, which in this case is going to be a 2 top 10 non-discardable medal series. And after all of that, lowest points takes out the regatta. So this regatta is the Junior World Championships, which restricts the age to under 24. So it's the exact same type of boat and format of racing as in the Open and the Senior event. Just this event is for the younger age group, obviously. The 470, it has 3 sails, the jib and the mainsail upwind, and then when we go around the top mark and come downwind, we hoist the symmetrical spinnaker. It's 2-person and single trapeze. So myself, the crew, I'm out on the trapeze, keeping the boat flat, and the skipper is on the side hiking. We have a little bit more freedom in what we can do with the boat. So in the 49er and the Laser, or the Ilka, sorry, the boats are all one design, so very strict, whereas in the 470, we have a little bit more flexibility to modify the boat to our style of sailing and to sort of get the most out of the package as possible.
Big difference for the 470 boat as well is we get the Oscar flag, also known as the pumping flag. That gets brought up at around 12 knots. This sort of enables us to pump and flick the sails and the foils to propulse us further, and pretty much it makes us faster. It's very physical. The 470 fleet is one of the boats that can sort of get the most out of this flag. Once we get on the plane, we're almost double the speed as if we're off the plane. So this pumping flag does a lot in our fleet. The 420 class is sort of a baby 470. It's for youth sailors only, smaller boat, less controls, so it's a little bit less technical than these boats, but it's definitely a good stepping stone if you're coming into the 470.
We've heard about 470 class from the sailors themselves, racing here in Gdynia at LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Days. Maja, before we see everything what is happening on the water right now, which is the effect of preparations of not only the entire week for the sailors or even entire careers so far, they had to prepare some things today. And I, coming from Fin class, I was always a little bit jealous of you guys in windsurfing when things happened so fast for you. You move faster than Finn, and quite often you sailed closer to the shore than we did. So sometimes it was taking 1 hour to get out from the harbor and get to the race course. So universally speaking, not only for particular class, what should happen, what has to happen for sailor to even get ready for the outcome of we're on the water and we're ready to race? What would you start with?
Well, the thing you start the day already preparing mentally and preparing your breakfast, preparing your food. As we are dealing with weather forecast, it's only a forecast, so you have to be prepared for lots of waiting. Like I think it's going to happen today when there is a little bit of postponement. You have to have your food ready. You have to be mentally ready for the game. Then you come to the harbor. You prepare your material. You choose your wetsuit. All the boats, like this is very specific for sailing, that it takes a really long time to and it's super crucial to make it perfect for the crew, for the day, for the conditions that's going to happen each day. So you keep everything clean and neat and out of sun if possible. You keep yourself out of sun, not to be overheated, and save your energy. So there's many things to think about even before the race starts. It's super crucial. So the preparation and everything it's really important to take into consideration.
So on the standard day, if everything goes according to the schedule, like we have seen today, the desired schedule, let's say, I understand if you make it right, if you have the schedule as planned, you go out. This is somewhat, let's say, easy expected. People generally like to know what they can expect. But what would you be doing if, let's say, you're coming to the harbor, you prepared all the things that you had to prepare, and race committee says, sorry guys, no wind, we're gonna wait indefinitely. It's quite all right if we had the information that start is postponed 1 hour. Then you know that you can go grab a coffee or something like this. But indefinitely, we don't know. Maybe in 10 minutes, maybe in 4 hours. What would you do then?
Oh, it happens. It happens in sailing a lot, and I think it's not a surprise to come to the racing to the harbor and really realize that the AP flag is up, and then you have to wait, and you cannot get away from the harbor. But in fact, staying there, it's also draining as we are dealing with the sun and heat and so on.
Especially in the sun like today here in Gdynia.
It's amazingly warm and.
So speaking of waiting, actually, there has been quite a lot of waiting this week. And we also know that now, despite the effort from Regatta Race Committee, we have a little bit of postponement waiting for this wind. So we would like to welcome you and invite you to see what sailors do when the wind is not playing nicely, let's say.
I fear the worst weather for sailors might be a lack of wind. Waiting and not knowing when you're gonna get a chance to race for a medal may be the most frustrating part of sailing. We decided to ask our competitors how they deal with stress and boredom that can come with a waiting day like this. Listen to what they had to say.
If there's no wind, I will probably just sleep on my tent, or I would probably just eat and hang out with my teammates.
If there's sun, then I hide under my boat and chill there.
If there's no wind, I can sit in the shadow, chatting with my friends, my teammates, and waiting for the wind, or eating something, just relaxing and waiting, not wasting too much energy.
Maybe it's better to wait on the water, because as soon as the wind fills in, we get the starter, but there's no problem. No matter what it is, we wait and then we race. No, it's not stressful anymore. We are used to it. You get used to it sailing all over the years, so it's a normal feeling like the others.
Sometimes we just talk with our Italian friends and we have fun this way, or other times we can also play cards together.
Waiting on the shore is a bit easier for me psychologically, because on the water there's a lot of waiting, there's a lot of sudden winds, changes of shifts and such. There's always a tension. Will it come? Will the wind come? Will it not? Maybe on the shore it's a bit easier to wait, because race officers are, let's say, a bit more pedant, and they will take us out only if good wind comes. But on the shore, yeah, it's a bit easier for me. I like it more.
So if there's no wind, we prefer very much to stay ashore. We often play card games or just talk with each other and spend time together.
As we heard from sailors, some prefer to wait ashore, some prefer to wait on the water. Now the sailors who will race these medal races are waiting on the water and waiting actively, because we have 3 minutes to the start signal. So shortly we're gonna be watching the sailors live from the water. The moment we're gonna see this on the screen, we're gonna start telling you, explaining a little bit what is happening, because even the families of sailors sometimes get a little bit confused. What do we actually even do there on these boats? Little side story. We have a live feed. Little side story. Once when I was still a teenager, after regatta, I sat down on my boat pretty tired, and my grandpa asked me, why am I so tired? And I said, like, Grandpa, there's quite a lot of wind on the water today. And he was surprised, saying like, but you just sit on the boat and the wind just carries you further. And I said like, well, it doesn't work exactly like this. So even though there is not so much wind today on the water, as you can see, believe me, sailors do flex. Even holding the boat in perfect balance requires quite a lot of muscle flex. I would actually compare it a little bit to calisthenics, when you have to hold your position, hold your body in perfect shape, let's say, but you're not really moving. But it is pretty good flex. How does it?
That's right. That's totally right. And even though it's not visible, this isometric tension, and especially in the light winds, when you think, oh, the guys are just sitting there, no, this is very, very draining and demanding. And some people say it's even more demanding. And secondly, you have to also adjust to movements of another person. So it's a teamwork. It's lots of teamwork happening here on this boat, and it's crucial. Lots of communication. And what's really special about sailing is also, what I don't think happens in any other sport, is that the battle starts before the start. It's because the guys are already trying to position themselves, are trying to make a strategy, are trying to read the wind and fight for the best spot for at the starting line. So the battle is already on, even though it's just 1 minute to the start.
Exactly. Let's talk a little bit about what's happening on the water. Right now, you just saw that this blue-white flag, it's called P flag from the flag code, went down. It means that when it goes down, it's 60 seconds to the start. And the start happens the way that your boat, we see boats now, they, in sailing terminology, they are under the start, meaning they are on the side towards where the wind is blowing, and they need to cross the start line. And the start line is between these two orange flags that we can see on the screen right now. So there is a regatta committee boat, race committee boat, the red, bigger one with more people in it. It's a race committee crew. And there's another boat on the right side of this screen. It's so-called pin end, also orange flag. Between these two flags, it's start. And right now the boats that you can see are positioning like versus on relation to each other and also in relation to the wind, because they can go, we have now moment of start.
They are accelerating already to
Yes.
launch from the start. And
Yes.
I guess they are all praying that they were not over, which will be really painful.
Can we explain what does it mean to be over on the start?
Any part of the boat which is crossing the line, the virtual line, which actually the sailor cannot see, is just assuming that it's there between the orange flags. So the sailor must know where it's positioned, and this is the biggest problem actually in starting, to have the perfect spot, perfect speed, and a perfect place for the start, fighting with other 9 boats in this case.
And perfect spot or to the line that is not actually drawn on the water. Obviously, there is no laser beam that would lighten with some green or red color the spot where the starting line is. You need to actually have this sort of feeling, and sailors practice this quite a lot to know where in relation to the starting line we are. And now another question. Why don't these boats go straight to the top mark? They need to, short explanation. Boats, after starting from the starting line, they need to go upwind, so towards where the wind is coming from, right? And they need to round the mark that is fixed to the bottom of the sea, so it's not moving, it's there, it's just like big buoy or staff in usually pretty strong color like red or yellow. They need to round it, and we're gonna see it soon. But why don't they go straight, Maja?
Well, the boat is not made to go straight against the wind, so it has to. This is the whole story about sailing, that you have to read the gusts, read the waves, and find your own way to the top mark, doing this tacks and maneuvers to get as close to the line of wind as possible.
Exactly. If we're gonna have a chance to see the live tracking from GPS at some point, because all these boats are fitted with the GPS trackers, they leave the mark, let's say, on this virtual picture of the water of the bay, and we would see the zigzag that these boats do. So now, for example, Norway 95 is making something that is called tack. So they have been going on one side, let's say, it's called tack. So the wind was blowing to the right side of the boat. And they decided that from tactical point of view, they need to now make this tack, so change the side towards which the wind is blowing. Speaking in the most close to nature terms, let's say, and without sticking to too much of complicated terminology. And all the play, as you said, is about choosing these angles, and these angles are determined by compass. You need to actually see the numbers on the compass. Do you use compasses in windsurfing?
Absolutely no. But we could see right now for the in the race, as they are already having some distances between each other. We have the Norwegian team, which is doing really good, leading the race, and looks like they are comfortable. But of course, it's just the beginning of the race, and anything can happen. The wind looks kind of stable.
Exactly. We are looking now at the table before the start. So Norwegian team, which is sitting in 8th place currently after the qualification series. Let's talk a little bit about this score. So you see on the right side, 25, 28 points. These are the points that crews collected over the last few days of racing in qualifying series. And let's talk a little bit about the format, because you can probably spot that boats between 5th and 10th have exactly equal spots. Maja, can you tell us more about how did it happen? It's not coincidence.
Yeah, since we've been racing, the format has changed a lot, and the World Sailing wants to make it as media friendly as possible. So the thing is that after today, everyone can win the regattas, and the gaps are not so weak, not as big as they used to be. So the medal contenders, they cannot relax. It's still open game.
Exactly, in so-called old days, when I was racing, still Finn,
Right.
getting into medal race, whatever points you had, you carried them with you into the medal race. So let's say leader of the regatta with 28 points, like in this instance, would have these 28 points, and let's say fourth boat would have more than 22 points loss. They could be sure that they will have medals because this leader, because you can gain only this many points or lose this many points in the medal race. However, in this regatta, if the point difference is greater than 9 between boats, they reduce it to 9. They meaning regatta committee, so rules of the game, and the difference between last boat and first boat cannot be bigger than 18. So whatever you came with, even if it was 50 points, so you would never win the regatta, now you actually have a shot at winning the regatta.
It keeps the game open and makes it exciting. But as we can see, the Israeli team is doing really great, and they are fighting. They are the current world champions. So it's not a coincidence, even if you think that sailing is unpredictable. There is some predictability, and the good people still win. We have some chop, seeing the conditions are pretty challenging. We can see that it's super tight racing. Everyone is really close to each other, so it makes it challenging because they are obviously disturbing each other. The boat which is windward to another, which is above, it's taking the other's wind, and
which may actually sound a little bit, let's call it funny, because sailing, as in general, is non-contact sport. You are supposed to avoid contact, but it doesn't mean that you cannot actually disturb your opponent. So how do you disturb your opponent now? Boats, as we were talking about the format of racing, the boats already managed to round the top mark. You have probably seen this red mark that they were going around, and now they are going downwind, so meaning with the wind. So the wind is somewhat pushing them down. How can you disturb in this case, France 7 and German crew in front of them? How do they do this, the leaders of the regatta now? What do they need to do to disturb their opponents in front of them and efficiently just get in front of them?
well, the only thing they can do is go above the other crew, the other team, and try to put their sails in the shade of their sails.
So cover the wind.
Cover the wind, and this is the only thing they can do. But you can also you shall also think about other boats, because once you get into this little battle with the team which is next to you, you can lose the big picture, which is in sailing super important to actually have an overview over the other people, the other crews.
And as they were fighting for these spots, they also were fighting for position around the bottom mark, or actually bottom gate. So if you see this,
super crucial to actually make a nice mark rounding, especially in this tight racing, because then you also affect the other team.
Yeah, so what is the job of every crew in here is round the mark as tight as possible with the maximum speed after, because the boats are faster downwind. Now approaching the moment when they go back again, we are looking at it now, sailing upwind. They again need to position themselves to again have clear wind, because sailing in the wind interrupted by other boats means you are just slower. So the entire tactics of yours is not only using the wind as it is if you would be alone on the boat, on the water, so choosing the best angles of the wind that is just shifting right and left, which may just shorten or lengthen your distance that you need to sail to the top mark. But also, if you are a little bit behind the boat ahead of you, you are getting interrupted wind. So for the slower the boat, actually, I would say, the bigger influence of this thing is. So you probably have a little bit different perception of it in the windsurfing, windfoiling, but this is more important, even more important for those boats that sail on monohulls like this 470 class in here is. So we are, in the meantime, at the second upwind of the race. Again, the same job to do this so-called zigzag, so upwind towards the top mark, and round the top mark. Another thing I would like to ask you: in wind foiling, do you feel waves? Because we can see that these boats are like bouncing up and down on a little bit of chop that we have here in Gdańsk Bay. Because they are so much affected. This is sailing on the water, touching it pretty much with the whole full.
Yes, it goes with a beautiful precision that you can see while boat handling here. This is all these little movements. We synchronize the crew and the helm, which is beautiful teamwork. Lots of communication going on between sailors in the team.
Yes,
you can see many maneuvers. I can also say that the course is pretty short. We are seeing today. Maybe we wind picked up. Maybe this was the idea of the race committee. But looks
we
like
have also 2 races today to sail. This is also another thing
Right.
about the format. We see Japanese team, which is sitting currently in 10th position overall. Matomi Urabe and Musashi Tabata. This is the crew that we're looking at right now. And also this is a good example of this positioning. They have made the tack that we spoke about in a position where the German crew is not covering their wind. They both these boats are getting clean air, and now it comes down to, as you said, as perfect as possible boat handling. They need to move their bodies the way that they are responding to the waves, to minimize the influence of the wave on the boat, because actually wave slows you down on the upwind and makes you faster on the downwind. Somewhat surfing, we're gonna see this in a moment, and we're gonna try to point out the moments when boats and when crews are pulling the spinnaker in front of them. Something worth noticing, it looks to me that mostly the crews are divided the way that ladies are at helm and gentlemen are crew pulling the ropes in front, mostly probably putting quite a lot of effort in the spinnaker and the pumping. So the spinnaker is this round sail in front of the boat, used on the downwind, so going with the wind towards the direction where the wind is also going. And here we have actually opposite. Here's a gentleman behind the rudder and a lady in crew position. But it seems to me that the division is the way that it's ladies rules.
Ladies are
like it.
steering. Yeah, I think it's mostly because of the power that needs to be generated as a crew, the leverage that is created through the harness, and
The taller the better, right?
the taller the better, and it requires lots of power to put these pumps and the rolls on the downwinds.
The crew that we just have seen did a very gentle product placement of our sponsor Regatta Garmin that delivered also our weather forecast, which is actually correct. It was supposed to be 8 to 13 knots, more or less that, closer probably to 8 than 13, but at least that. So we do not have to wait forever for the racing.
It looks like Israel is on a comfortable lead right now with a big gap towards the second place. The Israeli team, Levi and Gal, are doing a very great job leading this race.
Followed by Norway, seems to be Slovenia. Mhm. And as we can see, the 2 boats ahead are pretty comfortably ahead. But look at what is happening between 3rd and 8th position and even 9th position. They are so packed that the finish line is gonna be, if they gonna be finishing this way, it's gonna be pretty hectic situation on the finish line, which probably will also mean quite a difficult situation for race committee to see
Yes,
exactly
the
who
jury,
is.
The jury stays just behind them to watch the rules execution, and in case there is some interference or collision course or collision, the jury is deciding on the water what's going to happen. If it's going to be penalty for anybody, or if nothing happens. No rules were broken. The sailing rules is a huge book of rules, which is also something very specific only for sailing, that you have to play these rules and go and play within them.
What is actually pretty unique about sailing, it's called self-judged sport. So you can decide yourself that, okay, I wasn't right, I infringed the rule, I'm going to take a penalty. Penalty means that you make usually 2 turns around yourself, so you make spinning while other boats are sailing. But now, as we speak,
a really quick race.
Yes,
we are going
we see
towards the finishing line.
Exactly.
Israeli, Levy and Gal, so the guys from the 3rd place are actually winning this race. But let's let them cross the line, and then we are sure, because in sailing and other sports, it's not over until it's over. But yes, here we go. We have the winners of race number 1, the Israeli team. Second goes the Slovenian team. Fras and Skarlavai, and then on the 3rd one looks like
Jakobsen Löw
the Norwegian team.
with looks like a relay from famous father.
What's really interesting is that the French team actually is not in the front. The French leaders, Loman, Wald and Julien Bunel, they are not in the pack of the leaders.
Well, that's the beauty of the sport. However, they had pretty nice advantage. They had 3 points over Italian crew Vuccetti Bonfaccio, and we're gonna see what is the situation after everybody finishes. Oh, thanks to the fact that they go one by one, it's not gonna be that hard for the regatta committee to see who was exactly in which spot. They are not finishing that tight as it looked like.
The French
before.
goes in the last place. This
Yes,
is
which means, as we heard in the intro video, that they are getting 10 points right now, because the points go like this. You win the race, you get 1 point. You are in 4th on the finish line, then you get 4 points. So 10th French now are getting 10 points. So we can make a little bit of quick calculation. They had 25 points starting the race. Now they will have 35. Comparing to
Israel, who won, just got 1 point.
So they are now on 29 and sitting pretty comfortably at the leader's position. Italy 7. I even said it a little bit like Italians said Italy. So Italians finished on Maja.
I didn't see the positioning, but
I
I
think
know that fourth. So the after qualifications they were sitting in the 2nd. What's interesting also, they are the only team under 21, so they already won the under 21 division. That's for sure. It's not gonna change, but they are overall also fighting for the medal. Being in the first half of this race, so it's gonna be a tight battle. I cannot calculate it right in my head, and I cannot imagine what the sailors are thinking right now, because it's emotions, it's things are happening, and in the meantime, this was a short, very tight race. So I'm not sure if they know what's happening to their
Exactly.
general.
Speaking of the one that was before, 1 medal race, you could make quick calculation. Counting up to 20 or 50 is not that very big math, but now they need to calculate it, and for sure they are making quick calculations with their coaches on the water.
And unfortunately for the French, the game is open. So they can really lose their advantage and the beautiful sailing that they put in the previous days. The French team was doing great job, but as you can see, sailing is you have to keep this pressure down and really perform on the most crucial day, especially with the format that really means this race is super important. You cannot relax. You cannot collect the points and relax later. You have to be on your best the last day, which makes this sport actually exciting.
we actually see the Italian team right now. It looks like this is the team of, maybe if we see, it's Italy 22. So this is Emma Maltese and Marcello Miliardi. They were
Emotions.
sitting.
There are emotions. Can you see this Italian style of?
Oh yeah.
Of,
they speak
hands,
with they speak with hands. We have so many friends from sailing from Italy, and this is not like any stereotypical thing. This is exactly the expressiveness of hands, talking hands gesture in Italy is
that must be
something
working.
remarkable.
As we can see, we see 3 teams in top 10. So these emotions, they have to be under control in these races.
Especially for the coach that has all the teams and need to be this sort of common denominator of would be good to be calm as well. Speaking of points, in second place, finishing Norway, if I remember correctly, they were sitting at 8th before the race started. So as you said, anything can happen, and this is very, very beautiful thing. I'm not so sure if I like it that there is another medal race or not. A little bit of speaking of the emotions, once and done, I think it's a little bit more calmer thing for cortisol levels in the bloodstream.
Imagine what they are experiencing. It's lots of pressure. It's prolongating this week, and they are fighting for the world championship medal, world championship title. It's the highest rank in juniors. We have the under 24 division and the under 21 division. So it's the highest regattas for them.
Exactly, and as you said, we can congratulate one team already that has secured gold medal in under 21, because they don't have anybody else under 21 years old in the gold medal. There were others, but they just did not qualify to today's regatta. Maja, you are ambassador of PGE Sailing Team Poland, big team. How do you work on this stress? How in the team, super experienced team, you are managing this sort of things? What you work on?
This is a crucial part. It's a crucial part, and actually I discovered this mental preparation pretty late in my career. So I regret it a lot, because I think this was a game changer, just to manage the pressure, manage the emotions, keep being in the moment, and actually accept that sport is a field of lots of emotions, and accept that the sport is you have to deal with all these difficulties and do your perfect performance despite of the emotions. So you cannot mute them, you cannot avoid them. They will be there, and acceptance in these moments was crucial for me to just to realize that it's just part of the game.
Well, I hope that our viewers also had the same sort of emotions as us watching this beautiful race so far, and to also calm down the emotions. Let's look at a little bit of footage from our LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Days arena.
It's a sunny and windy day here in Gdynia, so it's perfect for sailing and sightseeing. If you need a break from sunbathing, swimming in the water, or just sailing as a sailor, we've got you all covered. Welcome to the marina in Gdynia. Here we have a regatta village created as a part of LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Days. As soon as you enter the marina from the Kościuszko Square, you'll be greeted by dozens of sailors and our race office, where sailors, coaches, and officials are constantly coming and going. The marina is spacious and has a truly unique atmosphere. Side by side, you can find everything from impressive yachts to small sailing boats, which shows the diversity of life in the water. With so much space and excellent facilities, Gdynia is a venue for many important events, such as 470 Junior World Championship currently taking place. Marina is also ready for 2027 World Sailing Championships. Need a coffee before exploring? Stop by Morze Kawy and grab your favorite drink. And just a 2-minute walk further, you'll find the rest of our sponsors' stands. There's plenty to discover, interesting facts, interactive activities, and shopping opportunities. And the best part? It's located right next to the beach. So if you need a break from sunbathing or swimming in the sea, come over to the regatta village, join the fun and see what's happening.
Waiting for another start of another medal race. As I said, I would prefer to do it just one go and that's it. Happy or not happy, but you know what you stand on. Our sailors here today at 470 Junior World Championships do not know yet where they are standing. They know currently how they're standing, and we have a little bit of ups and downs. A little bit of jump of Norway from 8th to 6th. A little bit changes in top 3. Israel leading position. Italy 7 is in 2nd, and France leaders before the race. Right now sitting in 3rd, but I think this may change a little bit because they have did not continue as the result, but we know that they did continue.
Even if they finish in the last place, so I guess they might have 1 point less than on the results right now, but these results are unofficial, so...
Already updated. It changed only by 1 point. It changed only by one point, but yes, French team that was leading before the race now is sitting in 3rd. As we said, quite a lot can change, but it's not over till it's over. We see already the regatta race committee displaying information that next race is about to start. So this orange flag, when it's up, it means the start is open, so the race is gonna happen. The next thing is that we can see the white flag with blue insignia of the class, which means this class is gonna be racing. In this case, not that super crucial because only one class and one fleet is racing, but if you have many different classes sailing one by one, it would be good to know that it's you now next starting, not somebody else. And as we said before, flag P, so the white one with the blue frame around, this is flag saying in 4 minutes from displaying of this flag is your start. And this is the moment, as you said before, when sailors need to position themselves. They need to check what is the shift of the wind. Wind has clearly picked up on the Gdańsk Bay here. Well, Gdańsk Bay, but we are in Gdynia, so the bay is called Gdańsk Bay, obviously, and we warmly welcome you if you haven't been yet here. Super warm conditions now. Good for sailing, good for swimming as well in here in Gdynia. So now 2 minutes, 10 seconds to start. How crucial is the start in such a short race?
Oh, it's I would say it's a big percentage of your success is actually this moment of start, especially when the wind is kind of stable, like today it's on shore. I guess what helps also the sailors that they've raced one race already, so they know which side is paying, which side is more beneficial, and yes, it's gonna be crucial to be good at the start, perfect positioning, perfect speed, and perfect spot.
What does mean side is paying? Tell our viewers who are not familiar with these terms. Maybe there are people who watch sailing for the first time today. What does it mean?
We have all the meteorology, we have all the features of each place, and if the wind is stable, usually one side is better. There is more wind, or maybe not in this case, because in Gdynia we don't have current, but sometimes current appears, so it's all strategy that you want to get to one side, one corner of the course faster than the rest.
Because the boats don't go straight at the mark, they go kind of zigzag, right. So you can... Well, in general, because recently I started being back in sailing community coaching, I tell them don't go extreme, to sailors, don't go extreme to one side or another, because this is already a gambling. So sailors, as you can see here, they do quite a lot of tacks. So they use the opportunity to gain little bit by little, not just flip a coin and say like, okay, right side looks better, I'm just gonna find my luck over there. But if not, then you have only yourself to blame. But now 22 seconds to start. We see
the Israelis really positioning themselves on the top of the pack, which means that they will be in control if they manage to keep this lane on. If the course stayed the same short, it means that they will be controlling the fleet. Nobody will be able to tack without crossing them, and they are playing the cards. Looks like they know what they're doing, look like they have lots of space. and clearly looks like they are new leaders after the first race of this medal race series.
You mentioned something very important, that leaders of the regatta currently, after first of today's medal races, they are starting from the right side. However, right now looks a little bit like Slovenians started, well, that's obvious, they started first from the right, but they tucked away. So they are not holding others in, let's call it check, but they do not use this opportunity to make everybody wait until they can tuck if they need to. They tucked first. Slovenians are sitting in 5th position right now. They have finished 2nd in the first race, which gives us some sort of information that if it happens again, they might have a little bit of a shot on getting closer to the medal, because they need 12 points. That's pretty much, but you never know, because maximum points you can get here if you finish last is 10, right?
It's 10 points. For me, looks like the sailors were aiming for the right side of the course. They started on starboard, but immediately most of them they tucked away. They going to the right ley line. So let's see if it's gonna pay. We have only one boat going to the left side of the course,
and it looks like that fight for medals is gonna go down to fight between Israel 121, that's the sail number, Italy 7, and France 7. This is most likely event. Germany 49 team is 11 points behind the medal position French, which probably means that they are not gonna catch them. They would have to be well, it's mathematically actually impossible right now, correct? There's 10 points, 11 points between them, and if you win, you get 1. If you are last, no, then it is on the tie, depending on the tie. So something can happen, but we're gonna see the most of a fight between the boats that are now in top three positions.
Yeah, so the same leaders that were before the race. So as you can see, the new format is more opening the game, but it's not changing the game completely. The leaders are still being the leaders, and which makes it fair sailing, which I think in some formats like IQ foil it's not happening, because the game is open. It's a knockout system. It's
IQ foil, meaning the class that you are sailing,
right,
or
exactly.
windsurfing.
Wind foilers. This is a very brutal system. So this one I prefer so far, the 470, which really means that what you put before the medal race, the races that you put before,
actually
it counts. They count, yeah.
So that's good to know, because we have fair game and more interesting game. But what I wanted to also point out is the fight between actually 10th and 5th is even tighter than the fight for the medal, because the difference in points between boat that is sitting in 5th and the boat that is sitting in 10th is, let's make a very quick calculation, only 6 points. So with 6 points, anything can happen. Basically, it can be that the sequence in which they're gonna finish is gonna determine whether you're 10th or 5th, which makes it super interesting. And we can see Japan is now in 10th position in the regatta. They are not so ahead in the race, but they also do not look like they are very far behind the front pack. So if they would finish somewhere in the middle of this race and their closest opponents would be behind them, it may mean that the jump can be spectacular from 10th to 6th, 7th. This is pretty nice. And currently we have leaders of the race, Jacobsen Luff. And I would like our viewers to look at... French are sitting very nicely in second, which may give them jump back again into maybe...
And the Italians are right after, so the under-21 champions, they are coming right after the French. So it's going to be a nice battle for the
And look at how they all looked like they were copy-paste. They did everything the same way. That's the beauty of it. All these crews, top 10 of the World Championships here in LOTTO Gdynia Sailing Days, all of them took their boats, heeled them to the windward. So Now, a little bit of inside information for those who did never sail such a small boats. The shape of the bottom can help or disturb steering the boat, so they had to make a turn. And the water flowing through the boat on the bottom, if you heel it one way because of the shape of the ground, of the bottom, helps you turn. So if you take the boat, heel it to yourself, let's say to the windward, to where the crew is sitting, it's easier for them to turn left. When they gonna heel the boat to the other side, so to the left, so the mast, let's say, would go more to the left, further away from the camera that is seeing now, it would be easier for the boat to turn left. Why is it important? It's important because they do not need to use the steering, the rudder for this, so which is a little bit slowing the boat down. But if they heel the boat and use this as a steering, then it is helping the boat move fast, so they get to the finish line closer. Another interesting thing, jury is displaying a red flag. It means that one of the boats, probably France 7.
Oh, they are having hard times.
We're gonna have it. Yes, they're having a hard time because now they are taking a penalty. So jury decided some move during the race was done not
there is no
correctly
O
according
flag.
to.
Yeah, I guess they are not supposed to roll the boat too much, because I don't think it was a collision case. It was more the roll that they did too much.
So what Maja is saying now, boats are using the heel of the boat and so-called pumping, as we heard in the video in the beginning. If there is so-called Oscar flag, so-called pumping flag, the crew can pump with the sails, somewhat like you would use a paddle in the kayak or rowing boat. So with the paddle you would just row in the water. Here the sail can row in the air, but in some conditions it is allowed over some certain wind speed, and with a light wind is not allowed. If they pulled it too tight, the jury on the water can deem it incorrect, let's say, with the infringement of the rule, and they give the penalty. Penalty is usually 1 or 2 turns, depending on the format of the races. And in the meantime, despite getting penalty, they are still way ahead. Actually, I've seen some of the footage of 470 sailors, which is Olympic class, so superb sailors sail this boat. When they took the penalty, it was so fast that if you blinked, maybe a little bit exaggerating, but if you blinked, you wouldn't see it when they did the penalty. So it's very possible that when we didn't see it on the footage, they just took the penalty and they continue being quite ahead. Let's look at the table. Let's call it this way. Who is where? So it looks like the leaders of the regatta sailing the way that they're gonna secure win on the podium, and in second place we are looking at France 7. If it's gonna be enough to claim back silver, well, claim back, they were not in the silver, they were sitting in the
gold.
Gold. So now they are fighting for turning the bronze into silver. If they're gonna make it, pretty bold move, going totally left. Now, if we gonna be able to see the tracking for a moment, we're gonna see exactly what Maja, what you meant by saying that one or the other side pays off. So if we'll be able to see the tracking system, we would see that the boats went actually pretty wide. This is also a little bit of a sign how the tactics of sailors change. So now it is last moment of the regatta. So it is a little bit like in a football game, that the last 3, 4, 5 minutes looks so hectic, like it's now or never. We need to score a goal. So the tactics of the team changes because they do not go nicely, slowly, win little by little. Here, for some of these teams, it's like now or never.
Yeah, they look for the gains, they look for the risk management. But the thing is, in sailing, it's usually the simplest solution is the best. So I guess this hectic moves are never. Sailing is patience, and in every class you just have to be patient and really look for the gains which are obvious.
And what we've seen today so far was that the right side was mostly paying more, as you said. And it seems like those that went to the right, they at least reduced a little bit of loss to the left. Maybe camera is showing it a little bit different because tracking shows that tracking shows that guys that went to the right side, they at least reduced their loss to these leading boats, which means...
At the moment we have the Norway, which goes for the first, which are the leaders of the race. Then we have the French. They will be crossing first and second soon at the mark.
Which probably for Norway is gonna mean that they may climb up to fourth position, depending on how Slovenia and Germany finishes this race. But yes, they are leading, so we may be witnessing the pretty good jump today from 8th to potentially 4th. That's quite a big jump, especially in the regatta of this size. And look at the situation right now.
Now
the
Israeli is really not in the front, and
they went to the left.
They went to the left.
They played the odds a little bit also the way to hold their...
Mm-hmm.
And I guess they wanted to hold Italy 7. Vucetti and Bonifacio, because these were their closest opponents. That's the thing. The later in regatta you get, the more you're fighting the closest opponents. So you can sometimes even say like, okay, I'm not interested exactly at the win in this particular race. I only need to be ahead of my of this team that is sitting in the position that is threatening my position. So maybe it looked like this, or emotions again went a little bit into play, because we see that the right side that was preferred the entire day so far on this entire two races paid again so far.
It's
so
also nice and visible how different the angles are. No, looks like Israeli really likes to go a bit faster and higher mode, and this is also the style of sailing they perhaps prefer, because it looks like the whole pack goes inside the racing course more deeper, and the Israeli is the only one which is trying to gain some more speed with a higher mode, faster mode.
To explain the higher mode, using wind, and your angle is sharper, like smaller towards the wind, right, than the other boats, let's say. So your aerodynamics is working for your favor for speed, but you're making a little bit extra distance.
Meters. Mm-hmm.
And now the entire thing comes down to the balance of whether I'm fine with, as a sailor, if I'm fine with making this extra distance, if the speed actually pays extra for this. So maybe I give away 10, but I earn 12. Let's call it this way, the simplest ways. But in the meantime, the leaders are approaching bottom mark, and from there only straight line to the
right.
finish.
So as you can see, the leaders from the beginning of the race, like the good thing is to be in the front, then your life is easy usually. Then you just extend the lead. So the rest of the sailors are fighting, but you are free to go, choosing your own way, choosing your own path, choosing your own wind without being affected by other boats. And looks like it worked for Norway this time, for Jakobsen and Hoff. They are going to the finishing mark right now on the first. Second, we have the French team,
which we will see very quickly whether they gonna be getting bronze or silver medal.
Looks like the third goes to Italy 7, Vucetti and Bonifacio. So
are these guys who already secured the gold medal in under 21, Maja?
These are the guys.
These are the guys. So we are witnessing double medalists of this regatta. Italians who are adding most likely silver medal, right? If the calculations are right, we can see that.
So let's see how the Israelis go, because this is this is only 4 points between the Italian and the Israeli, so might be even the winners, but this is not over until it's over.
Exactly. Norway finishing first in this race, exactly I expect them to be somewhere between fourth and fourth or fifth, depending on the other boats. And we're hopefully gonna see who's next. Next, France 7, team Valde Bunel, adding 2 points to their 35, so they are gonna have 37. Let's see who else is finishing where. No, Italians, Vuzetti, Bonifacio finishing third, so yes, they are in silver position. So pretty safe to say that Italy is going home with 2 medals, gold from under 21 and silver overall. France stays in third place, looks like it. And now the only question is if this is going to be confirmed, with Israel finishing not further than 4 points behind Italians, and they are 7th and Italians are 3rd. It's a tie, looks like it, and depending on how the points are going to play out, this tie may mean, if the last race takes precedence, it may mean that the winners of this regatta will be actually Italians, Lisa Vucetti and Vittorio Bonifacio.
We will see when somebody calculates it, because it's not that easy, I guess, for none of them. Maybe the coaches who are only focusing on one team, they have it calculated. Maybe we will see on the reactions on the screen. But this happened the same in the 49er regatta last time, that the girls who won the medal, until they got to the shore, they were not sure what happened. So hopefully somebody does the job for them and counts the points, and we can focus only on the sequence of this race, because the race has finished. We have
we see clearly happy Norwegian team that has climbed. Yes, they have sailed 2 very, very big, beautiful races. They have finished they have finished 3rd in first race and won the second race. So this is very, very good outcome. They are so happy that they look like they're
just happy with the performance.
They're just happy with performance. That's the beautiful. That's the beauty of the sport, actually. And while we wait for still provisional results, we're gonna see what the sailors that we saw just racing had to say about their performance this week.
Hey guys, hi. Do you have a quick minute to answer one question for me? Yeah? All right. How are you feeling before tomorrow's medal race?
We still don't know the points, but I feel good. I think we show a good level in this competition. So yeah, I'm waiting for this. A bit stressed, but good. I'm in adrenaline and waiting for this.
How was it on the water today?
It was difficult. At the first race, the race is delayed, but we got a BFD. So when the race go out, we stay outside. But the second was good. We was on the right and the left was more pressure, but at the end we managed to finish 7. So I think we saved the day at the end. Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you. Good luck for tomorrow. All right. Tell me, how are you feeling before tomorrow's medal race?
I think. Okay. We feel super good. Today it was super hard because we stay more 6 hours on the water, but we managed to keep the lead tonight, and tomorrow I think it's a beautiful fight with other team like Italian guys and Israel guys. So we will see tomorrow, but we are happy to be first tonight, and so we will see. But I think we can done everything tomorrow.
What are you gonna do today to prepare for tomorrow?
I think good night to a really good sleep, and eat with all the team, and check everything on the boat, and we are good. All right. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much and good luck. Thank you. How are you feeling before tomorrow's medal race?
A bit stressed, but We will do the best that we can, and then we'll see what the results will be.
What was it like today on the water?
Today was a very tough day. It was the last day of the final series where we did 2 races where the wind was really, really light and also a bit shifty, so it was difficult to stay in front. But we managed to do 2 good races and we are still at 3rd place on the leaderboard.
And what's the plan for today to get ready for tomorrow?
Just, I don't know, have fun at home and nothing. There's nothing in particular. Try not to stress too much.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
And good luck tomorrow.
As you saw, emotions are not only here on the water, but also days before. And sailors, despite young age, because we are at 470 Junior World Championships, they know how crucial it is to sleep well. Easier said than done when you are racing for gold medal. And now, Maja, I'm gonna give you the pleasure to announce, still provisional, but results. What has happened with podium and with medals in this after these 2 short but feels like forever races? Probably feels like forever for spectators. So, Maja.
Oh, looks like from what I can see on my computer is that we have very tight points. We have 36 points for the leader, 36 points for the 2nd place, and 37 for the 3rd place. So the battle was really, really tight. Means that we have Italian on the lead right now if nothing changes. Lisa Fuzzetti, Vittorio Bonifacio with so also the under 21 world champions, the only under 21 in the top 10. We have on the 2nd place Roy Levy and Ariel Gal, the team from Israel, and the 3rd place the team from France, Loman Valde and Julien Bunel with 37. So the sequence has changed. It's super tight, and what I was thinking is, for example, for the Italians or for the Israeli, when they cross the line and they look back and they cannot see anything, they cannot do anything about the sequence, but it's all in the hands of the other teams. So they are praying for them not to overtake, and this must be nerve-wracking.
And it looks like the winning team, if nothing changes, because there is obviously a little bit of time for protests, if something happened on the water, jury has time to respond to potential claims between boats. But if this is gonna go to the final score, it means that Italy 7, Lisa Fuzzetti and Vittorio Bonifacio, claimed from 3rd to 1st position here at today's medal races, which means that they have swapped places with Loman Valde and Julien Bunel between bronze and gold. Israel, Roy Levy and Ariel Gal stayed in silver. These are still provisional results.
But now we can also see why the Norway was happy. They put really great 2 races and they jumped to the 4th place. 4th, it's a painful place, but not when you jump from the from the back.
From 8th, exactly.
So this is why they were happy with the performance.
We're gonna see a little bit of what happened on the water once again. Very tight racing, as you said. From the very beginning, the boats looked like they are sailing so close that there's not even space to put a needle between the boats, so to say, and very, very big performance. If we look a little bit back at the tactics, we could see that Israel was going a little bit from the right side at the beginning, looks like it, but they have struggled to find the free spots, let's say, to realize their tactics. It looks like they were a little bit between boats. It's super hard to find this space for yourself in such a short course, but super crucial to get into a position where your boat can breathe, let's say,
Totally, but this is a different strategy. If the race is so short and you have only 10 boats, you really have to be online and really have to be in the moment, really control what's happening and do everything perfectly, because there is no time to recover from any mistakes. So what we saw is just in sailing generally is like the least mistakes possible is winning. So for the moment looks like the Italians did it best.
They did it best, so very, very big congratulations to them and all the 10 boats that are or were racing today in this medal races. It just reminded me the medal races that I have ever sailed. Even in light wind, it was so much emotions, so big shivers down the spine. Even racing, even if you knew that you had to race only one boat, because back then one race and all the points that you carried with you to the medal race were those that you were sailing. Here it is, let's say, flattened, but as you said, very still very much fair, because those boats that came to this day with top 3, they stayed in top 3. 2 boats just swapped places. So this is it about the emotions of today's racing, but we would like to invite you to another one. So in upcoming days, tomorrow we have competition of Hansa class. This is the class of inclusive European Championships for sailors who already have been sailing in the same boats single-handedly, and we have a winner of Europeans, Piotr Kula, representing Poland. Congratulations, Piotr, for this achievement, but it's not end of competition for Piotr and the other sailors of this class, because they are also sailing double-handed, a little bit different. As you said, they need to be now synchronized between each other, not only doing whatever they want to do on their own. So there's also communication in the boat. And we have wind foil competition tomorrow, which is already making steps towards becoming potentially Olympic class. We're gonna have wing foil as observed class in World Sailing World Championships here in Gdynia next year.
Yeah, Gdynia is preparing for the next big world sailing event next year. So I hope the sailors come with beautiful memories and the recognition of the recognizing the space, the venue. I think it was a nice week of sailing. Gdynia can be really moody with the wind. I think the race committee managed to do many races today. The beautiful sailing conditions is just a cherry on top. So congratulations to all the sailors and the winners and the fighters and people who learned on the way. It was beautiful to track it.
Congratulations once again, and stay tuned with us for tomorrow and after tomorrow, where more of this sort of live broadcasts is to come, including also after tomorrow, not mentioned yesterday so far, 49er test event finals. So we are testing exactly World Sailing World Championships that are going to be already first qualifications to the Olympic Games. So stakes are high. That's why sailors prepare as good as they can. So stay with us for next 2 days, and for now we are thanking you for this time. Maja Autenrieth and Piotr Kula, thank you so much for today.
Przed Państwem Ekspres Losy. Ekspresowym tempie, ekspresowo uśmiecha się los. O, jak pięknie lecą worki z kasą, kiedy czermany w oko wpadają. A tobie co przyniesie los? Grajcie i wygrywajcie w punktach Lotto. Ekspres Losy, co za sztosy!